Darren, you ready to make some picks?
I think it's time. Let's see if
Let's
we
go.
can. I think we did pretty good last week, but maybe do even better.
Let's dive right in.
All right.
We got the big one up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, as Texas travels into town to play at the big house. I've already said, Darren, in our episode earlier this week, I think Texas resounding win.
Yeah. And I'm going to jump on that bandwagon with you. I think this is it needs to be a statement game, as I said in our episode earlier this week. And I think they're going to do it. I think this is going to be a really nice moment for Texas, not only as a program, but as a new program in the SEC. I think this is going to be a really nice moment.
The next game on our schedule is your upset pick of the week.
Yep. I am on the Sam Pittman, Bobby Petrino train. Let's go. Woo pig. That was a little bit better than our last week. I'm in full woo pig mode. I think they upset Oklahoma State. How about you? How you see this one?
I'm joining you in calling the Hogs this weekend. I think they
Nice.
leave Stillwater with a win, maybe even stop in and get something at Eskimo Joe's on their way out of
There
town.
you go.
They're
Nice.
gonna. So yeah, I like what Arkansas is doing, and I tell you this quarterback Talon Green, he looked
Oh yeah.
impressive in that first game. I know it was Arkansas Pine Bluff. Really anxious to see how he looks against the Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's gonna take an even more of a step. I think he's gonna be got that first week jitters out of the way, even more settled in the offense. I'm excited about what he's gonna look like. I agree.
Texas A&M looks to rebound from their opening game loss against Notre Dame as the McNeese State Cowboys come to Kyle Field. I think this is going to be the Aggies,
Yeah.
no question.
Yeah, I think McNeese State's defense can't stop the Aggie offense, which will be a nice change for Aggie fans. So I think I think the Aggies. I think they'll win this one.
The Tennessee Tech, aren't they the Golden Eagles?
Yes.
The Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles are going to Athens to collect a nice check for their athletic department,
Yeah.
but they're going to have to take the field first against the
Yeah.
Georgia Bulldogs. And I don't know if
Yeah.
Carson Beck's even going to need to play the second half.
No, and I think this will be a 70-point game. I
Yeah.
think it'll be one of those. Agree.
The Cal Bears are coming to the great state of Alabama, Auburn, to face Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tigers, who unceremoniously dumped 73 points on poor old Alabama A&M last
Oof,
week.
that was rough.
I don't think they're going to put up 70 points against California, but I think this is going to be another Auburn win.
Yeah, and I'm glad for Auburn fans that it's there at Auburn because away second week of the season, it would have one of those. Oh, is this a Hugh Freeze team loses a game they shouldn't? Kind of feel, but with it being at home, I think this is without questions an Auburn
Yeah.
win.
South Carolina Gamecocks are coming to Lexington to face the Kentucky Wildcats coming off of their shortened game victory. The game was
Yeah,
ultimately called
yeah.
against Southern Miss, and Southern Miss was happy to get the heck
Just
out of
let's
Lexington.
go, let's go. Yeah,
Okay, we that's enough lightning, enough
yeah,
thunder for us. We're going back to Hattiesburg.
yeah,
Thank you very
exactly.
much. What do you see in this game, Darren?
Uh, I think Kentucky wins this. They're favored, and I think they're going to play like they're favored. I don't have any confidence in the South Carolina offense. I definitely don't have any confidence in their offensive line. I think there are too many questions, and not just about what they're doing on the field, but what they're doing schematically. And I think Kentucky's defense. I don't know why that turned into a four-syllable word just there, but why Kentucky's defense? There we go. I think they'll expose it even more. I think they're gonna. It's going to be a long, tough Saturday for the Gamecocks.
Those words that expand to four syllables, that's what happens when you merge your Tennessee accent with a Louisiana accent. It's completely natural.
I just had my family moment with Kentucky. That's what that's what just happened.
Someone made a comment at Brian Kelly's press conference. Wow, he gets mad. He loses his Southern accent.
That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be a Kentucky win. Who's
Yeah,
the Kentucky quarterback? Is that Brock Vandergriff? Is
Vandergriff.
it
Yep, that's right.
Vandergriff? Is that his
Hmm.
first name? Brock? I wasn't
Yeah,
sure about that.
I'm 99% sure that's right. Yeah.
Okay. I watched part of his post game press conference, and he talked about it being a late night last week after the win over
Hmm.
Southern Miss. and he said, it's going to be hard to get up tomorrow, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to be at church. So,
Yeah.
look, the fact that he's got that connection, South Carolina, they're in trouble
Yeah,
already.
that's right.
So I'm going with Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Moving on to Middle Tennessee, visits Oxford to face Ole Miss, coming off of a 76-0 beatdown of Furman. And chances are Furman, no matter how big the check is, may ever go back to Oxford again.
Right. Exactly.
I tell you, Ole Miss is Jackson Dart. What Lane Kiffin
Oof.
is doing with that offense, it's going to get
Mhm.
ugly quickly. Big win
Yep.
for the Rebels.
Now, fun fact, the Middle Tennessee head coach is Derek Mason, former Vanderbilt head coach, and
I know who you're rooting for.
some of his most bright shining moments were against Ole Miss in his couple of good years, but that is not going to be the case in this one. This is going to be ugly from the start, and Derek Mason, well, it'll look kind of the way his teams looked a lot of the time when he was at Vanderbilt. But anyway, that's the past. Moving on, Ole Miss wins.
Remember when Alabama went to South Florida and there was a scare? Jalen Milroe got benched that
Yeah,
game, and it's like, oh my goodness, is
yeah,
South Florida going to beat Alabama? Yeah, that's not going to happen this year. Alabama is going to win big, double digits
yeah,
easily. Sorry, South Florida, but it was nice while it lasted. You
yeah.
had your chance.
You
It's not
had your
coming
moment.
again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Definitely an Alabama win.
Buffalo is traveling away from the beautiful fall foliage of Western New York down to Missouri to face a Tigers offense led by quarterback Brady Cook. Missouri came off an opening weekend win against Murray State, uh, treating the Racers rather poorly, a
Yeah.
51-0 win, and Buffalo representing the MAC, I believe.
I think that's right.
It's I don't know if it'll be 51-0, but it's not going to be much different.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if it is 51-0. Honestly, this Missouri team is impressive. I know it's against Murray State and ultimately against Buffalo this week, but this Missouri team is impressive. So I think this will, again, like you said, will be a resounding win.
Samford comes to Gainesville
Ooh.
to face a Florida Gators team that's still licking its wounds after the game against Miami.
Mhm.
And this is probably going to be, well, this should have been our upset pick of the week. No, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. If Now, I will make a prediction. I am not a prophet, nor am I the son of a prophet. But if Samford somehow beats Florida, the Billy Napier era is over.
There is a 10-game interim head coach. Agree completely.
I think Florida wins this game.
I do too. I
I
do
think
too.
they
I
take
think
a lot of frustration out on Samford.
I was just saying it's a win they need. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Coming at just the right moment.
Yep.
Speaking of opponents and games coming at just the right moment, Nichols is coming to Baton Rouge for LSU's home opener.
Hmm.
Yeah, in state school, there's not going to be any brotherly love shown here.
Mm,
Brian Kelly's angry, LSU's angry, and this is not going to pacify the LSU fan base, but it is going to be
mm.
a big win over Nichols.
And the upside for Nichols is they at least don't have a whole lot of expenses that'll come out of the paycheck because it's a short bus ride from Thibodaux to Baton Rouge. So they're they at least will get to keep most of the money. There won't be a whole lot of travel expense. So that's the one upside because it's going to be a beating. You're correct.
Yeah, at least sneak out of the locker room, Nichols players. Go get some of that great tailgating
Oh yeah,
food. You might
absolutely.
as well enjoy the experience to the
Yep,
total experience.
that's exactly
Just
right.
make sure no one takes a picture of you and posts it on social media. Hey, look, it's the Nichols quarterback. We're eating
He's eating
crawfish
gumbo.
etouffee
Yeah.
together. Yeah, yeah. Quarterbacks can't get away with that. Kickers
No.
probably. You probably could get away
Yeah,
with that.
kickers and punters probably would be able to. That's exactly
Just
right.
don't identify yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be a LSU win.
Yep.
15th or the Tennessee Volunteers head to North Carolina State. NC State had quite a bit
Mhm.
of a struggle last week,
Mhm.
and they're typically a decent ACC program. But like you said, Darren, I don't think they're going to have an answer for Nico.
No, no, I don't. What Nico and Brew McCoy's ability to get open and Nico's ability to hit him, I don't think the Wolfpack is going to be have a stunned look on their face looking for answers for the majority of this game. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Vanderbilt hosts a second home game in a row. Alcorn State is coming to Nashville. And Darren, I think you're pretty excited about this.
I very much am, and don't prove me wrong. Don't do this. Don't. I think this is a Vanderbilt win.
What's the name of y'all's new quarterback?
uh, Diego Pavia. Thank you, Diego Pavia, for coming to Nashville.
Darren is already your biggest fan.
Oh yeah, I like it a lot.
The Houston Cougars, boy, they looked bad in their home
Oof,
opener.
that was
Ouch.
rough. Yeah,
They are coming to the Palace on the Prairie to face the Oklahoma Sooners, and this is going to get ugly
yeah.
quickly. The Sooners are going to have another huge win. The
Mhm.
question is the defense going to shut out Houston? I think that might be a bet you want to
Yeah.
take.
Yeah, I think it's a definite possibility, and because I again, yes, I know it's Houston. They looked rough, but still, this is a Power Four opponent. This is a win that you need on your resume, and you need it to be a statement win with the way Houston looks right now. And I think Oklahoma has that ability and will do it.
The Mississippi State Bulldogs travel to Arizona State to face the Sun Devils. Are they still the Sun Devils? Is that still their
Yep,
mascot? Okay.
yep, I think so.
Okay. And this was my upset pick of the week. I think the Bulldogs leave with a win. Darren, how do you see this?
Completely on board. I think this is a moment where Jeff Levy and that offensive system can really, for lack of a better term, stretch their legs. And I don't think Arizona State will know what to do with it. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch for the Bulldog, for the cowbell ringing Bulldog faithful, for sure.
Yeah, I can just imagine the Cowbells. Arizona State's Tempe, right?
Yes,
Tempe,
yes,
Arizona.
yep,
So Tempe,
yeah, yep,
Arizona.
yep.
Yeah, because University of Arizona is Tucson.
Is in Tucson. Yep,
Right.
exactly. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, if they've never experienced the joys of the Mississippi
Ooh,
State faithful with those cowbells, it's going to be a memory that they'll never forget.
yeah, it's exactly. They will hear them in their sleep.
The in the voice of Chris Walken, more cowbell, more
More
cowbell.
cowbell. Yeah.
Well, those are our picks for this week. You make your picks online. Join our
Yep.
pick 'em. The link is in the show notes underneath. Make sure you join
Mhm.
that. And if you get more right than we do this week, you let us know about it. Give it to
Absolutely.
us, and it's it's part of the college football experience.
That's exactly right.
So look forward to a great weekend of football, and we'll be back next Tuesday to talk about what happened this weekend. Until then, it's that. Well, at least that wasn't a four-syllable word.
That's right. You kept it. It was still one syllable. You did it.
The merging of accents. Anyway, we'll see you next Tuesday. Take care.